Yeah, we are online. Hello, hello. Hello, everyone. I hope you can see me well, you can see my screen, and you can hear me. And before we start, I congratulate you with uh, beginning of the first task review in this course iteration. And small changes in how I answer questions. I usually do it, but maybe you didn't know. So we have this live streaming channel inside of our Discord. So usually on first stream I watch in both places. I mean, I watch in the chat in YouTube and in live streaming channel, but now you already registered to the course, you're already in Discord. So I think we can switch to live streaming channel. So if you have some questions, please ask these questions there. I will look in the chat time up to time and will try to answer as much as possible. Okay, so please put some reactions in live streaming channel that you can hear me well, you can see me. Maybe maybe you can put some pluses on my message. Okay, good. I can see that everything is fine now. So let's proceed with review then. Okay, today we have two parts. We have a solution review for Node.js fundamentals. You sent some solutions. I picked one of them to see it together with you and discuss some, I don't know, maybe some issues, maybe some best practices that are applicable here. And today we will briefly discuss your next task, data processing CLI. So what you had to do during previous week, you had to implement, you had to fork this repository with some stubs and pre-written scripts. And stubs look like this. You have a function inside of which you should write your code, and this function is called in the same module. So everything you need is to put stuff that satisfies task requirements, aka business logic for our case, inside of this function. And you shouldn't change signature of the function. I mean, it should be named. This function should be named verify. It should be asynchronous function. It should be called at the bottom of the module. So everything else you write inside of this function. This is not a strict requirement. I mean, you can have some code outside of this function, but you shouldn't change, you should use it inside of this function scope, and you should reference it there, and you shouldn't change what you already have here. We will discuss it during solution review, but still, maybe some of you took it too literally, that all your code, all code that you write should be inside of this function. That's not true. Okay, let me share my IDE. So today we have a solution from a student with nickname Lorenzo St. John. And I left some comments in separated commit. So now we are looking at the student version of solution, and then we will check comments that I have there. Okay, in general, in this solution, all 8 assignments were implemented. Code works. It covers both basic and advanced scope. However, we have some maybe some issues, maybe some best practices violation, and this should be addressed. Okay. Let's take a look. I don't know, what should we what should we start with? Probably let's begin with CLI stuff. Okay, and we have this interactive function. I remind you what had to be done. Oh, maybe it would be better if we will go through assignment. Okay, let's start with file system functions. Let's start with snapshot. Okay. So, what we had to do? It was necessary to implement function that scans some directory, workspace directory, and then writes a snapshot file next to it. The idea is that you should be able to create a snapshot of your workspace, and you should implement functions that does opposite. So you should implement functions that restores actual workspace from this snapshot. Let's take a look at how it implemented here. Okay, snapshot. So we can see that we have some constants with important names, which is good because we don't want to follow anti-pattern magic values. So we do not hardcode this workspace folder. We do not hardcode. We do not hardcode in line. I mean name of the file. We put it into semantically named variables and use it in our code, which is good. But as I mentioned, this stuff should be put outside of the function because it's redefined every time you call this function. So it may be a problem sometimes. So it's better to, like in general in JavaScript, it's better to put constant stuff outside of the multiply called function body. Okay, we can see that we have this get folder path function, which accepts path to root, path to this folder, path, it accepts folder name, and then it tries to access folder in root. If it's found, we return this path, and then it tries to access path to different folder, and then if it's found, then we return it. I left a comment here. Oh, maybe let's close chat. You can see that there are two variables defined with let, and we fill it in this try-catch blocks of code. So I have two suggestions to code style here. First of all, every time you want to write let and then write try-catch, probably you should create a function that does this stuff inside, that performs some calculations inside of its body, or I don't know, maybe build something from blocks you provide in arguments. So it's better to encapsulate this into function and use it there. And in this case, you will not need these let variables. And in general, they are redundant here because we do stuff twice inside of try blocks, and if everything is fine, we return something. So if we reached this line, we do not need to check these variables. It means that this code didn't work and they are both false. So we can just throw this error. So in general, we have this get folder path function, and yeah, this function it works with some static stuff and stuff provided in arguments. So this can be put, and this should be put outside of the function snapshot body. I mean, you can just put it locally in the same file outside and just use it in body. Okay, we try to resolve path. If we could not resolve pass, we log error and crash application, which is okay. Then we use readdir from fs promises module. I must also note that student used a good import pattern for Node.js. I mean, using this Node protocol and promised version of API. So FS API stuff has a callback version, but you should prefer promised version because you know, we prefer callbacks over promises for very long time, and there is a reason for this. Okay, what's the idea here? We use read directory from FS and it resolves with direct collection. I mean entries of directory items which can be presented by files, folders, any other stuff that you may have in some of your directory. So here we join pass, then create entry object, then we check whether our pass, I mean, whether our entry is within the same folder. Then we get some information about our direct because we need to know size, we need to know what it is. And here we have a questionable thing, because we assume that if something thing that is type of direct, this is either file or directory. So what do you think? Is this correct? You can answer in live streaming channel. I will take a look. And I can make it bigger for you. Oh. Okay, it seems that you are too shy for live interactions today, but I will answer. Let me check. From documentation of Node.js, I just told that readdir method returns as collection of fs direct entries, and you can see that there are a lot of other things that direct can be. Okay, we have check for is block device, is character device, is directory, is FIFO, is file, is socket, is symbolic link. So if something is not file, it doesn't automatically mean that it's a directory or folder. Okay, so you should explicitly check for file, and you should explicitly check for directory. And if it's not file or directory, we should not work with it. Character device, block device, FIFO, socket, this all stuff is awesome, but still, oh, dynamic, yes, it's correct. If there is function will run, if there the function will run recursively, is file. Guys, please go to, I just noticed messages in YouTube chat. I mentioned that I do not pay attention to YouTube chat for now. Please go to the Discord channel live streaming and ask your questions there and write text there. I will provide link in YouTube chat. Okay, I no longer look there. Okay, yeah. So you should check for both things. Um, and most often you can see a symbolic link there. So this is just a link to some, I don't know, directory or application or something. I'm pretty sure you know what it is. Okay, so if this is file, we get file information, we read its content, we transform it to base 64 string, and then we push to entries for snapshot. Maybe, by the way, every time I see stuff like create array and then iterate using loop or something, maybe you can use I mean, create a separated array or create separated object and then somehow fill it. Probably you can use dedicated methods of array instead. Okay, so if you need to do something with each element of array, you should use map method. If you want to compact your array into some value, even if this is not primitive value, even if this is object, you should probably use reduce. So probably we could utilize something like this here and avoid creation of arrays or objects as separated variables. Okay, so idea is idea is the following, that if this is a file, we get information and push it into a collection of entry parts. Otherwise, we recursively go to one level deeper. Okay, it's pretty fine. We also have a snapshot object here. And then we try to read recursively if we have some error, we log it, but we do not throw it. It's also a little bit inconsistent because in some places you throw error outside of this try-catch blocks. In some places you don't do that, so probably you should do something like this. And also, it was not a requirement, but still you can use formatting with level of nesting for JSON. What do I mean? I mean, okay, let's create some object. Okay, object with A1, B2, C3, D something, and E something else, and F false, for example. Okay, we can do JSON stringify over this object. Okay, so sorry, not object, obj. It will look like this, which is correct JSON, but it's not very human readable. You can see this everything is pretty compacted, but you can make it more readable. We should provide null for reviver for replacer, and then we can show it like this, and it will look much better if you want to try to read something. So probably to make our snapshots also human readable, it makes sense to stringify with formatting, but it's not an error. Okay, so we try to read stuff, then we write this object file, and if something is wrong, then we login error. Once again, too much try-catch blocks. You should avoid this, and you should have dedicated helper functions instead. But in general, it works according to requirements. Okay. And also, I noticed that this get folder path, it's copy-pasted with the same or almost the same code across multiple files. You were not permitted to change predefined functions, but you could create some, I don't know, utils, lib folder, whatever, and put your reusable helpers there. Just do not break dry principle. Don't repeat yourself. Okay, let's move to the restore function. And let's check. Okay. And I remind you that this function is quite opposite from what we have in snapshot. We should restore files from this snapshot. Okay. First of all, I can see that buffer is imported from Node.js, but this is a path of global this in Node.js. So just like, I don't know, process, just like pass to current file or folder in common.js module. So there are many things that you should not import directly. It's not necessary. Okay, so we have this snapshot, pass to folders, etc. So once again, it should be outside of the function. We have this copy-pasted get file path. It's pretty same. So the difference is that we read this file by getting file content by path, and then we okay, once again, too much try-catch blocks. Okay, let's try to decompose it from the very beginning. Okay, restore, write content to folder. To be honest, I don't like the structure of the functions because you should you should read it vice versa. So just like with callbacks, okay? Instead of callbacks, you should use promises to have flat code, and you should read it from top to the bottom. So probably you should create these reusable functions outside, and order of code in your function should be order of execution, because in real world we go inside of restore function, and then everything else is not performed, but we start with this stuff. It's not very convenient. Okay, but anyway, essence of this function, except of reading file content. So for each entry, we check stuff, and if this is a directory, we create such a directory. Otherwise, if this is a file, then we create a buffer. From this file content, we specifically mark that this buffer contains, this buffer is created from base 64 string. And then we write a file by a specified path with this content. So it should work just fine. We are not going to run all this code because we do not have much time, and we have a lot of stuff to check. I think it will be more useful for you if we will focus on the code. So good things are the same as before, and bad things also the same as before. Okay, let's move to the next function. you had to implement functions that recursively finds all files inside of workspace directory that you already worked with and prints them sorted alphabetically one per line. So extension is dynamic. We provide it using CLI option ext. So we can provide txt or JS for JS files and so on, and default is txt. So if workspace doesn't exist, then we throw error with fs operation failed message. Okay, let's check. First of all, I can tell you that you can put constants outside of the function. I will not say it again, but still, if you see some static stuff, put it outside of your handler. It will be especially proficient for you if you will write code for Lambda functions, for example. I mean Lambda functions of AWS. Okay. Also, it makes sense. It probably makes sense to put this inside of separated functions that parses arguments, and you will not need this let plus try catch stuff. But what is good? Good thing is that Node.js has parse args utility for parsing CLI arguments. Probably previously you could see some libraries for this, like Yarg, or there was also some other library with similar functionality. But now you have everything you need inside of Node.js. So we parse arguments, we look for extension, and then we try to find a path to workspace directory. We have the same utility here. And also, what I forgot to mention, if you have some parallels operations, asynchronous operations, if you write your code like this, they will be performed one by one. In some cases, you do not need to perform a second operation if first operation is failed, but if fail probability is highly unlikely, you should probably put it inside of promise all to make these operations execute in parallel. So if you see two independent asynchronous operations, think about promise all always. It will save you a lot of time and will improve performance greatly. Okay, so we have all this copy-pasted stuff to get path to folder, and then we recursively read our folder. Check whether extension name of our directory entry is our extension from command line. What is also good that and this is what student did very well, that she used utility from Node pass module. Because maybe first thing that comes to your mind, okay, we have two parts in the name. For example, file.txt, and this is a string. Yeah. So you may think about split file name by pass. Sorry, by this dot, and what's on the left side, this is file name, and what's on the right side, this is extension, and take extension in this parse stuff. But you may have files like file, I don't know, maybe we have some component dot tsx and some component dot test dot tsx, which contains tests unit tests for this component in React. And in this case, taking first thing after dot will be not correct. But we have this xname utility, which is correctly taking extension from file name. So whenever you need it, just use this thing. It works very well with other PaaS APIs. And yes, as I mentioned, you should explicitly check that entry stat is a directory if it's not a file. Okay, so we read this recursively, and then we push this to some array. Probably it was entries array. Yes. Oh, it's very complicated that we need to jump in different parts of the code. So making it more in line would help. Okay, so in the very end, we recursively went through our directory. We pushed all the stuff in some collection, and then we sort it alphabetically using locale compare method, which is pretty familiar for you if you if you try to sort something alphabetically in JavaScript, and you know why you should not use stuff like equal or not and different things. You should use local compare API. Okay. Except the function structure and this best practices violation, okay, it looks fine, and it will definitely work. Let's proceed with next function, merge. You should implement function that concatenates text file and writes a result to merged .txt file inside of workspace folder. It reads files, specifically txt files, no other extensions, in alphabetical order from workspace, and you can provide a list of files if you do not want to merge all the files together. So if files is not provided, then we automatically look for txt files. And if we do not satisfy some base requirements, like if we do not have parts folder, or it doesn't contain txt files or any other files, you should throw error with message fs operation failed, just like before. Okay, let's take a look at the implementation. Okay, maybe we can, by the way, maybe we can create some workspace. We can create some workspace to check whether it works. Okay, workspace. Yes. Space parts. Okay. Part1.txt, part2.txt, and part3.txt. And content will be the following: 1, 2, 3. Okay. And let's run corresponding script. Run. Okay. some reason I don't see merged. For some reason I don't see merged file. Okay, merge.txt. Side of the parts. Our workspace should be inside of src folder. Next. The separation failed. Okay, no. We had the proper space. Okay, let's take a look at the implementation. Maybe we will find why it's not working with my folder. Okay, so we get passed to our parts folder, our workspace, and so on. We have this get folder path utility once again. We read it, log some errors. Folder or in src fs folder. Okay, I'm curious if we are putting it here, will it work? Workspace, parts. Interesting. Okay, what is also a little bit suspicious, you have custom parsing of arguments, and I'm not sure why you used it over parse args utilities that you already used here. Probably you could use it here, at least for part of the parsing. So we parse our arguments, and then we return it as tuple. I mean, with array of separate array of specific size with items. Probably when you need to return multiple values from one function, it's better to use object for this purpose. So when we got what information do we need, we try to get file list. We read it. And if we read directory our workspace and get entries, and if entry is a file and its extension name matches extension, then we push this to file list. So after that, we write to output file, and then we get content of each file that we read. Find by ext. Oh, sorry, my bad, my bad. Yeah, silly me. Yes, thank you. It was a very stupid mistake. Okay, good. And we have merged file. Yes, thank you. Okay, so it works. So we are here. Then we so we read file content repeatedly, and then we add this to file using write file API. To be honest, it's not very performant because you every time you open the file, you create somewhere a file descriptor, which you use to access this file, and you always open, close it, write repeatedly. So if you have many files to merge, it will not be very performant. So probably you should use writable stream instead, and you should stream your data in your file in proper order. It would be better. Okay, so you can see that concatenation works this way, and it works. Apart of this, yeah, try catch, multiple functions and copy paste inside of main function, but it works, seems to be working according to requirements. Also try to let's also try to pick some specific files. Okay, fast merge files, part 1 .txt, part 2 .txt. Mm-hmm. 1, 2. Let's merge. Dash dash. I forgot these two dashes. The separation failed. Why? Reading files failed. Curious why it fails. Folder with path. Reading files failed. Write files. Okay. Interesting. Is this about this custom arguments parsing? 1, 2, 3. It seems to be ignoring instruction from what I see, because it includes third file. But maybe I'm doing something wrong. Okay. Whoever will check this work, please pay attention to this. Okay, so it looks pretty similar to what we've seen in other operations. We get path to files, we read directory, do something with entries, and then we perform business logic. In our case, we concatenate those files. Okay, this is it about FS tasks. Maybe you have some questions. It was biggest part and probably... Guys, please use a live streaming channel. I used MySpace. Ah, okay. Maybe. Nope. It still works the same way. Guys, please go to live streaming channel. I will not take a look in YouTube if you want to comment something. Okay, let's move on. If you do not have questions about FS stuff, then we are going to CLI. So we have these two assignments. First, we need to implement interactive command line interface, very small, using readline, and we should be able to get some useful information about our process, how long our process exists, what is current working directory, what is current date in specific format, and on exit command it prints goodbye and terminates the process. And of course, if some unknown command is passed, then we should not crash our CLI interface, we should simply print unknown comment and allow user to put more comments. It will be useful for you in second task. Maybe first dash need, why break it down into small function? Because this is how we do in object-oriented programming. We ideally you should have separated functions, each function with its own responsibility, and each function does one thing. So when you have these separated functions, you can operate them like building blocks of your application. You do not always need to take a look inside of your function if you know that it's named good and you know what it does, you know how to use it, you can see contract because IDE highlights to you types and amount of arguments this function needs and what it produces. So you can operate building blocks of your code rather than separated, rather than inline instructions. So that's why you should implement this separate function. Should be considered an error if workspace folder is not in the root src directory. Probably I didn't specifically mention where workspace should be located. By the way, you can also open pull request to the assignment after cross-check review will be finished. There is no space in example. File name, so names split it by comma. Yes, and I tried to split it by comma. Let's try to do it again. Ah, okay. Okay, it works. It works. Let's try to pick part 3. 1, 3. But I was also curious why it wasn't working with this single dash. If we try to check that. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I've definitely seen code like starts with single dash. If starts with 2 dash, what is going on? Current flag, hard name. Okay, I don't get what this code does and why we can't just use parse args here. But still. Okay, good. So we were talking about an error. So extra white space is in second file name. Yeah, I got it. So if it works consistently with workspace and where workspace located is indicated somewhere, it's not an error. So any inconsistencies in assignment should be treated in favor of students. So this student decided that it should be on the root level or inside of FS folder. It's totally fine for me. Okay, so let's go to the implementation. So we created interface that connects input with output. Input is our process stdin, which is interface for readable size of our process standard input-output layer, and output is process stdout. We also have process stdr for errors, but we are not using it here. So okay. You can see that we have a lot of functions for separated comments, which is good. Once again, it can be put outside of this main function. Yes, I used quotes because quotes doesn't change anything. What you provide in CLI is wrapped into quotes for your code, first of all. Second thing is that file name can contain white spaces. So when you wrap your array of your list of file names, you ensure that this will not be treated as different CLI arguments, you know. Without quotes, add will split by white spaces automatically. Not really. Maybe you implemented this for parsing, but what I mean, if we have some file with white spaces dot txt, each of these parts, sorry, maybe you're not able to see because of me. Each of these parts will be treated as a different CLI argument, which we do not need. So if you implemented support for something like this, it's not expected to work. You should work only with stuff that is treated as a single string. Okay, so we have, let's move back to interactive JS. So we have separated functions to handle these commands, which is pretty good. And yes, we have, I did not just blindly ask you to implement something. I know that the process has these APIs for this. So we have process uptime, which returns to us amount of seconds, how much our process is running. We have process CVD, which refers to current working directory. By formatting date, you just can create a new date. And on exit, we close readline. What is good that we have these separated helper functions, but they can be put outside of the function once again. And I'm not sure why we use void here. Void allows us not to await or resolve promises somehow, but print prompt is asynchronous. So if you have an idea of handling commands in parallel, you should ensure that they are not breaking one another. Okay, so for example, in your console application, if you try to write something into file and you will be able to delete this file in the same time by execution commands in parallel, it will not be good. So probably from my point of view, it would be better to await first command and then run another. So probably void here makes a trick. From one side, it allows you to increase performance of your application. On another side, you need to implement some controls that your commands will not interfere. And also, probably related to this command this is the only part related to command itself. Yeah, probably you could create some high-level function that calls proper command, and then it will have one line print prompt, and you do not need to duplicate it in all other functions. But it's not an error once again, it's just breaking of dry principle. Okay, then we have a print prompt function, which asks user for prompt, and we need this symbol with trailing space, as I mentioned, but it's minor thing, only what I noticed. Then we get a command, we check what command it is. If this matches some command, we execute it and then are not going further. Otherwise, we print unknown command and then ask user for new input. Also, assignments requires is with exclamation mark. Sorry, maybe I'm too specific, but exclamation mark is missing. It's minor thing, but please read it with attention. And it's also good that we handle SIGINT signal, which means that if npm run CLI interactive, if I'm doing Control C, I still have this graceful exit with goodbye. It was an unclear condition. I wouldn't have reduced point for it. Yeah, I am totally agree with you. And this is your mind map. If you see something unclear in assignment, then it should be treated in favor of students. Okay, exit. Okay, here everything works just fine. So let's move to next thing. Progress. You had to implement progress bar here with configured color, interval of update, duration, and length. We have good constants here with good naming and proper case, but once again, it had to put outside of the function. And also, I have one concern about this construct progress bar parts. In general, this function looks like this is some rendering function. Okay, we are rendering stuff inside of our console, inside of CLI, but still, from its name, it looks like it only should build parts for our progress bar, but it also clears interval. So this function have a side effect, and probably you better could create two functions, one that builds parts, next that works with interval and creates side effects. And maybe this high-level function could utilize this builder function inside. Okay, so it works using set interval because we need to do some stuff periodically based on input. And this how we build this progress bar. We have this symbol, square braces, and we know how long should it be, with which interval it should be updated. And if progress status reached 100%, then we also print done. This hex to NCI format transformer. Once again, helper function outside of the function, and probably you could create some function for this, because you do repeated set of operation. You check that stuff is a number after parsing, then you check that it's not lower than 0 and it's not bigger than 255, otherwise you leave in it. So probably you could extract this logic into some helper as well. Okay, we also have options for parsing. Let plus try catch once again, just as always. Same pretty same stuff here. Probably it could be extracted as well. Okay, so we parse argument, we check duration, interval, and length. Then we parse color to ANCI format, because in order to colorize our output, we need to transform it to ANCI. And then we are doing we are starting our interval with interval period that we got from CLI. And then we clear line, we put cursor to very beginning of the line, and then we doing this progressive construction of progress bar parts. Okay, let's try to run it. npm run CLI progress. Okay, it works with reasonable defaults. Done is provided. Okay, duration is equal to 1 second. Okay, it's much faster, it's much slower, and let's try to colorize it. I will get some color from color picker. Okay. By the way, your color may not be supported by your shell, because some shells have limited set of colors supported, but still but still it can use color that is similar to color you try to use. So like perfect color matching is not necessary here. Okay, I also had one concern. Yeah, clear line и cursor2 it may throw is process stdout does not have TTY interface, so probably just as additional safeguard you could check that this option is present before using this API. You can use quotes for one single name. I mean, quotes was reason I wasn't work for several names. And they split by comma. Sorry, my internet is bad, so my answer's late. Okay, anyway, I don't think you made any mistakes for implementation. I just explained why you may need quotes for command line. Okay, so except the fact that functions had some side effects, you implemented it correctly. And also one small note, it's better to pass radix to parseInt. I mean, if we are trying to parse something which is 10 based, you should provide 10 here. But maybe you did it intentionally because, for example, if I will provide a string that represents a hexadecimal number without this radix, it may throw. If this is additional layer of validation, it should be documented. Otherwise, you should always pass radix explicitly. Okay. We are done with progress. It seems to be working according to the assignment. Okay, about modules. Your task was to dynamically import code from some modules. Each module has a run function that returns some string. So how did we implement it here? We parse process arguments, then we get passed to plugins, and for each plugin we import it dynamically using this await import syntax. You may hear some tricky question on technical interviews. I mean, old school interviews that are not focusing on AI and ask you boring stuff about core.js. And core Node.js in this case, but still it's about ECMAScript modules. What is import here? Is it a function if you use it like a function or not? And proper answer is not. Import is a specific keyword, but it's not a function here. So we can import some stuff dynamically, and we can use dynamic imports for this. In CommonJS module, we can use synchronous require, and we can use it not only at the top of the module, but you cannot put some stuff inside of your code, some stuff like this inside of your code, not at the top level in ECMAScript modules, because it will throw. And our IDE highlights that all import declaration can be used at top level of the module. But you still have dynamic imports. Okay, if something went wrong, maybe we could not find import with, sorry, we could not find a plugin with proper extension or something like this, we are throwing, but otherwise we push imported object with module content. In this case, object will represent our dynamic module itself, and because we have this exported run function, it will be just a property in this object of import. So we have imported objects, and then we execute it. So we previously check that imported object exists, it has run, and the type of run is a function, which is good. Okay, additional safeguard. We are not trying to run it before we checked it. Then we run it and log in result. Let's see how it works. npm run modules dynamic. npm run modules dynamic. Oh, sorry. npm run modules dynamic. Okay, and you can see that we only implemented run from uppercase module. Okay, now we can try to override this this module. Okay, maybe uppercase reverse plugin not found. Quotes were not necessary here. Okay, you can see that dynamic was added by our script. So sorry, uppercase was added by our script, and I added reverse on top of it. Okay, let's add some more stuff. Let's add repeat here. Okay, you can see that repeat is also added. And if we will change something inside of these modules, it will still work because we really work with content of these modules. Okay, good. Do I have some concerns here? Not really, not really. Constants outside of the function, maybe some stuff could be put into utils, but here not really. Everything else is good. Okay. All the tasks specify the code should be written inside of existing function. Should the score be reduced if code outside? No. You should not reduce score for this. As I mentioned, it's even a good practice to put reusable code outside of your main handler. I just mentioned that code that performs business logic should be somehow called from your main function, because this is how you check your assignment using scripts. So you should not deduct point for this. It's good practice, and it's better to implement it this way. Okay, let's move on. Hash. We are calculating, we verify functions that reads checksum JSON file containing objects and we have hashes, and then we calculate hash for actual file and verify that they matches. Okay, checksums.json. Okay, let's try to create it. Hash verify. Side of workspace, we will create checksums.json, and oh, sorry, I was sure that it's copied. Okay, maybe for part1.txt, part2.txt, part3.txt. Let's try to run it. npm run hash verify. Aspiration failed. It should be either in project root folder. Okay. Checksum has the same requirements. Yeah, it's expected that for all three files, our checksum fails, because we just put some random hashes there. Okay, but let's see how we calculate hash. We are using create hash from crypto module. This instance may work as transform stream, and you can update this hash using chunks from readable stream. If I'm not mistaken, by the way, you could not use asynchronous iterator here. Probably you could just do some stuff like pipeline or use pipe API here, but or probably you could even put transform stream inside of hash update. If I'm not mistaken, this API call is also possible. But yeah, in general, it works fine. You are getting chunks from readable stream, pass it through transform stream, which is represented by hash instance, and then you digest this hash in hex format. Get file path is copy pasted here. We are getting folder path, file path. It's not interesting for us. Read JSON file. Okay, in this case, usually it makes sense to read content by readable stream, but any way to calculate hash, read JSON file, hashes from JSON. But to get information about hashes, I mean our checksums file, which we are reading here, we need to read it at once. It doesn't make sense to read it. Makes sense to read it using readable stream. So here, reading JSON file in one as one part is acceptable. Check equality. We calculate hash, and then we check whether actual hash matches hash listed in checksum. Okay, good. Everything is here is good here except this repeated miss patterns. Okay, what's about streams? You had to implement function that reads data from process std and prepends each line with line number using transform stream, and then passes it to process std out. How it should work? Let's run it. npm run streams line number. You can see that hello world, which was separated by different lines, was prepended by number of lines. And you can see that if I'm running it without predefined input passed into line number, it works as expected. So each line has its number, and it works correctly. Let's see how it works inside. So in some shells, original command may not work properly. In this case, you should try this command instead. Process it out. Right, hello world, node e. I'm sure that echo will not work. But okay, maybe it was mainly done for Unix-based systems, and it should work with bash at least. Please try to check assignment using bash or compatible CLI like the sh. If students completed this assignment without transforming stream using reading and writing, is this correct? What Corin tells us about this streams line number implemented properly. Transform stream explicitly mentioned inside of requirements and scoring. So this is partial implementation in this case. It's not 0, it's 5 points. Okay, so let's see how it works. We have implemented transform stream using this new transform syntax. We could also create class that extends base transform stream class from node stream. And here we do some JavaScript magic using pure JavaScript API to work with strings. It's not very interesting. I'm pretty sure you understand how to do it. We are mostly focused on Node.js API here. First of all, this transform it would be better to put some stuff inside of functions, or at least named variables, because it's a little bit hard to follow the logic. And also assignment to this is not very conventional. Probably you had to do it using constructor, not just not inside of method. So if you need to assign something to this at the very beginning, please use constructor. Also, if you do not use some arguments, you can use this. Oh my god, I forgot the name of this symbol. Oh, okay. Let's ask AI. Name of symbol in English. Underscore. Yes, it's underscore. Cool. Uh, okay, so in a nutshell, to create transform stream using this syntax, you must implement at least a transform method, which accepts chunk encoding. This is not always used, and it's default to UTF-8, if I'm not mistaken, and also callback. And inside of your transform, you have logic how you transform your chunk. And after you're done, you should call callback with error. If it exists, it follows error first pattern in Node.js. And after that, you should put your transformed data there. And also, we have a pipeline from promises, which allows us to put some stuff to put some stuff to pipe some streams one into another. So you can see that we pipe std in into transform stream, and then transform stream we pipe it into std out. I'm not sure why do we need this separated handle pipeline. Why can't it be just I don't know, await pipeline. Sorry. Okay. Line number is it was my bad. It's not asynchronous. Okay, got it. So you could see that it works pretty fine. I only have questions about code style. Just make it a little bit more readable without necessity to check what is happening on this specific line, what the magic happens here, and how it helps us. Everything else is just fine. Underscore, yeah, thank you. On different systems, the string may look like /n or n. This can be resolved by checking it in bash. Since this wasn't specified in task, it won't be an error, right? Yes, you are absolutely right, as my friend ChatGPT would say. So you just need to check the task in bash. Yes, yes. And if it works with different new line format, you should accept both. Any uncertainties in favor of student? Okay, good. Let's move on. Line number, we've seen it, and it's good that we used pipeline API. Filter. We need to implement functions that reads data from process std in our standard input for CLI. Filters only lines containing pattern in pattern argument, and writes matching line to process std out using transform stream. Okay, let's check how it works. We have some stuff in our script. So you can see that pattern is test, and we have hello world and test, and we expect only test to be written into our process std out. Streams filter. Okay. So let's run our filter normally and provide it with different pattern. Pattern is ABC. Okay, you can see that it's filtered. It's only my input, but if we will put something with ABC, you can see that it's duplicated. Okay, fine. It works just fine, and let's see how it works. We get argument for pattern, parse argument, check it using regular expression. Yes, you are completely right. It's better to check it using regular expression. That's why we like it so much, and that's why we need regular expressions. And once again, inside of transform stream, you have your logic that if file matches pattern, you should print it. Okay, I noticed some issues here. First of all, output string, this is collection of strings, but it's array, so it's misleading. Please name it output strings if this is collection. Next thing is that you do not override this whole variable. You do not override array. So you can use it with const, because const does not prevent you from pushing items into array. Also, is satisfied is never reset to false. If line matches, subsequent stuff is also included. So let me once again check it. Okay, dun, dun, dun. ABC, la la la. Yes, you can see that different maybe maybe I can show you it with new line. Okay. ABC, new line, something. Okay. It's not a bug. Probably I could reproduce something like this, but maybe I was mistaken. Okay, my bad. This is not a bug. It works correctly, and also it's pretty understandable what's going on here. Probably you could avoid this let with flag, just a little code style optimization, but in general, yes, we split stuff by new lines, then we iterate over the splitted lines. If a line matches pattern, we push it into array, otherwise we do not push it. Probably this flag is synthetic, and presence in array is enough for us, and we can check amount of items in this output array rather than is satisfied flag. Okay. If output string length is bigger than 1, than 0, we put it inside of callback as transform chunk. Otherwise, we just call callback that to tell that we are done here. And then we handle it using pipeline, just like in previous assignment. Okay, good. Let's see how split works. You have to implement a function that reads source txt using readable stream and splits it into chunks. Each chunk should contain n lines. Let's see how it works. Okay, source.txt, side of workspace, source.txt. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, source.txt also should be top level. Good. And let's try to split it by 3 lines. We'll copy it and by 3 lines. Okay, you can see that it's correctly split by chunks. Probably it would be better to put chunks in the same place where source file located. You always put it in streams folder, but it's not a mistake. How it works, we are getting file path, reading it, la la la, not very interesting. We are getting lines argument. So I'm curious how it was implemented, getting specific line. Okay, this is correct. You split file by end line indicators, and then you check, you iterate over these lines, and each n lines you create a new file and write in content there. Okay, good. Also, you implemented Flash. Flash works after our transform stream is done and adds last chunk to something. Probably streams with readable stream. It was not necessary to use transform stream here, to be honest. You could probably read stuff and get some parts from readable stream chunks. I meant that you should use readable stream for reading and writable stream for writing. But okay. And also with end of lines, files may have different end of lines, and if you use such a definition of end of line, or you use eol constant, it's also okay. We also have this our custom stream, this conditional file writer, which handles counter for file number, which creates a file with proper file name and content. So it manages our state. I left some comments here. Pum, 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 pum. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, writable. It expects a single object of options. So you are able to put anything here, especially taking into account that we are working with JavaScript and not TypeScript, so we do not have type safety here. So probably just getting everything and putting it into constructor of parent class is not good. Okay, this write method is prefixed by underscore because we are extending class. For example, if we extended transform class, transform would be also prepended by underscore. And it means that this method should not be called directly. It will be called by parent class interface. You only need to provide implementation. Okay, so we are trying to write stuff, and then we check that we reached a specific number of lines. Then we open writable stream to streams. Okay, this is a very nice implementation. So we have custom writable streams that that is not only writing to files, but it also controls to which file you should write. Okay, it's interesting. And we create a folder, and then we put our created writable streams to our pipeline array, to our pipeline arguments. Okay, good. Good. A little bit unusual, but it works. Okay, I can see that we are running late, so let's briefly check worker threads and child processes. Here you had to implement sorting by using workers. So you put data, you push some unsorted data from main to worker.js, which performs sorting, then you should merge it. And results must be collected in the same order as workers were created. So you may know that position in array is will help you to preserve order. Let's see how it implemented here. So first of all, we are getting information about our CPU's number using the CPUs from OS module. Then we get pass to our data, to our worker, and so on. Get file path is copy pasted. Read JSON file is not interesting. Okay, then we split our array in some chunks, and then we create workers. Yeah, worker results, new array. Yes, you can preserve order from workers if you specify if you will specify position for each worker result. And here we await resolve of workers message using promise manually, and this is very convenient, to be honest. So we create a new worker instance, we post some part of data to it, then we subscribe to message event, which will trigger when we are calling parent port post message from our worker. And message data. By the way, if I'm not mistaken, you could not subscribe to message, you could just get worker data, and this worker data would contain this data. But subscription on message inside of the worker is also fine. Okay. And then we terminate our worker. And probably our worker terminates automatically, if I'm not mistaken. And on error, we reject with this error. And on exit, we have message that worker have exited with code. And probably there is a bug here because worker, because exit, it fires after terminate, and it may cause unhandled rejection. Let's check whether it's true. Okay, where should we put our data? Data JSON should be either okay, containing array of numbers. Data.json .json. Okay. Let's ask AI to fill this file for us. Okay, so we have numbers till 1000. Okay, good. Let's try our code. Worker thread main npm run wt main. Okay, probably we need to randomize numbers because numbers were already ordered. We need to check that data was sorted correctly. Okay, and we should see the same result. Okay, it seems to be working fine. Let's see how it's implemented. So we are getting results from workers. Okay, and on result we should use, yes, you should use mini binary heap with heapify, because this will allow us to have proper complexity on sorting. Probably this array is not used because I don't know, maybe it was from debug, but if you are not using some values, you should not leave it here. So we await all workers, promises inside of which workers do their job. Because of positions in array, we will preserve results. Then we create an array for pointers for each worker stuff, and then we add sorted elements to heap. Then we get in minimal element, we add new element again, we synchronize, we actualize pointers and so on. So main logic is for placing data is here. Okay, looks good. I do not have questions except the fact that probably you could leave some comments to explain algorithm, or maybe once again create some helper functions for parts. Good. Subscription to message was in original file. Okay, so maybe I will fix it in my next version of template repository, because you can get worker data for worker inside of it from import. It's shorter. Good. What about last part for child processes? You simply need to implement functions that executes commands that you provide using CLI argument. Okay, let's see what we are doing here. We have command echo hello world, which prints hello world to our output, to our standard output. Okay. Okay, I also mentioned that probably we need to check that process arguments exists, that we actually passed a command, because it may lead to runtime issues. If nothing is here, it will be undefined, and defined does not have a split method, and it will crash. So probably we had to check it previously. Okay. So we are getting this command from array. Command is first argument that we split by white spaces. All other stuff will be after white spaces. So we slice it from first item. Also, we explicitly mention how we should put what should we do with our child process, and we should pipe child process std in, std out, and std error, and we explicitly mentioned that we need to pipe. But probably we could use stdio inherit here. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, you can use this inherit, and it will do all the stuff automatically without using pipe here. So it looks pretty simple. Let's try to execute our command, and let's follow students' recommendation. Okay, you can see that we see content of current project. Okay, it seems to be working, but cannot read properties of null. Properties of null. Why? Okay, let's switch to 24. Maybe something is related with Node.js version I'm currently running. Reading pipe. Changes to the out. Let's try inherit for stdio instead of this. You can see that it works exactly the same, but it doesn't throw errors, and it works better from my point of view. Okay, we also have stuff for zip, compress and decompress. It works pretty easy. We do not have much time for it, but still, we have create broadly compress and create broadly decompress in Node.zlib module. So what we need to do is to read folder using readable stream, and we need to pass everything through this compressor. And we compress this into single zip file. And after that, we can use opposite using create broadly decompress to restore it. So everything else is just JavaScript manipulations. Okay, probably this is it. And that leap, its most difficult task, to be honest. To be honest, we are out of time. But yeah, I can see, I see that probably it will work as expected. And also about buffer slice, you can see this deprecation here. You should use different API, because you can get part of array, you have a buffer subarray method. What is one student solution? One enormous JSON with base 64 string for file's content is used for archive creation. Content file got file function for storing content from archive or chance concat in one normal buffer. Passing JSON will files create right file function. But besides the something. Some streams are used to archive creation JSON. You know, if you implemented your solution using proper pointers and not having all the file in memory, my applause. It's really great, and it had to be implemented this way. But it's very complex, to be honest, and I didn't expect that it would be implemented by every student properly. So I don't think it should be treated as a mistake, but I can see that you have some pointer parts, and you are not using right file here and so on. You are doing it purely using streams. So your implementation is definitely better. It's a little bit hard to read it, because you have multiple variables and you assign it under some specific logic. But if it works correctly, maybe you could just leave some comments what happens at which part. But it's impressive if you implemented it yourself using pointers. Okay, good. Do you guys have some questions regarding this assignment? And also, I must say that this is a good solution. Probably you could just extract some stuff into helpers, but if you didn't do it because you strictly followed assignment, it's also fine. Anyway, I'm impressed that you have written zip functions using streams. It's very nice. Okay. I don't see that you guys have questions about current assignment. Let's proceed to data processing CLI. What you have to implement here. Previously, you worked with APIs in isolation. You tried to work with some core Node.js APIs for one specific function, and it worked like one-time thing. You run some script, it runs Node.js code, and it dies after all calculations are performed. But we may have persistent processes. For example, you may need to create a web server, and this web server should be running all the time, and you want to disable it, you want to disable and enable it explicitly rather than having this web server dead after handling of first request. So you need to implement such a persistent CLI application, data processing toolkit, and it will be doing some stuff using your data. So you must implement script start, which starts in your application. You should display some welcome message, welcome to data processing CLI. You also should print current working directory initially, and you should start from you should start in your home direction. And after each command and successful or unsuccessful performing of this command, you should ask user for new command, just as you did inside of your just as you did inside of your interactive assignment, because here I recommend you to use readline as well, because readline, this is perfect abstraction of reading some data from streams one line by another. Okay, so commands, they are in format command, white space, and then arguments. There could be more than one argument or no arguments at all. Like in up command, you are just moving in upper in your working directory. You should display error message if unknown command is passed, or if error happen, you should not crash your application. You should allow user to send new commands. If they type .exit command or clicking or typing Ctrl+C, you should, sorry, not typing, key-press, pushing Ctrl+C. You should display, you should exit your application and display message on exit. Thank you for using data processing CLI. And after each successful operation, you should print current working directory again, so the user understands where he or she is. And yeah, as I mentioned at the start of the program, current working directory is user's home directory. You can use virtual navigation. You can change working directory at the process level. It's up to you. Requirement is that up, cd, ls, and other commands, they should work correctly, and they should work not with your working directory for your code, for your Node.js modules currently that you use to start process. It should work with working directory inside of application. I mean, start from home directory and then whatever user changes it. Okay, so you have up, move up to one directory level. You have command cd and pass to new directory. You have command ls, which lists files in your directory, and it has marks whether it's folder or file. And interesting part is data processing command. You have CSV to JSON command which converts CSV file to JSON according to rule. So first line of CSV is treated as headers and keys for your JSON. Each subsequent line becomes a JSON object with these names as keys and subsequent line are values. So your CSV keys at the top, data at the bottom, and you create a collection, you create a JSON array of objects. So you should use already familiar pipe. You should use a streams pipe that is already familiar to you, readable stream, then it passes data to transform stream, then it writes data using writable stream. And path can be relative, path can be absolute, it doesn't matter, it should work with both. If input file doesn't exist, you should print operation fail. So you have example, name, age, city, they are keys, and Alice 30 New York, Bob 25 London are data. And it should output to a collection of objects like this. Okay. You have function JSON to CSV that are doing vice versa. You have count, which count lines, words, and characters in CSV, in TXT file. So similar to WC command, you should see that your TXT file contains n lines, n words, and n characters. Also, it should utilize Stream API to process file. Do not load entire file in memory. This is related to what we discuss in live streaming here with student. Also, word is any sequence of non-white space characters. And please take into account that white space characters is not only white space, but everything that is treated as workspace in context of file content. Okay, it's inherited from previous assignment. You also should calculate the hash using a specified algorithm. You should support 3 algorithms, SHA 256, MD5, and SHA 512. And by default, you use SHA 256. And also, you print output in CLI. If you have option save, if it's provided, you save hash to file that is located next to source file. You can see format of output, supported algorithm, and hash. So you should use crypt API, pass relative or absolute. If we do not have a file to calculate hash for, then operation failed. If not supported algorithm, not one of these 3, then operation failed. If save is passed, output format is the following. So you have your file name and then dot algorithm. So for example, for file txt with SHA 256, you need to create file.txt.sha 256. You can compare hash. So we have input, we have file with hash, and then we can also specify algorithm by which hash must be calculated. And the output is OK or mismatch. You should be able to encrypt a file using provided algorithm. Once again, input and output. And also, you need to derive encryption key from user password. So you have pretty explicit instructions. So I tell you how output file format should be should look like. So first 16 bytes is salt, then next 12 bytes is IV, then cipher text, then last 16 bytes is ausstack. So you create a 32-byte key from user password and salt that you generate inside. Then you use specified algorithm. You also utilize Stream API. And also, what is important, file can be big. You should not load it in memory completely. So probably you will need some pointers to where you are currently at to properly write properly write ciphered content into file. And if input file doesn't exist, you are throwing operation failed. Not throwing, but writing this message. And you can do opposite. You can decrypt your file. So it should work following ways: that you encrypt some file and you are able to decrypt it to initial file, and their hashes should match. So you can use your application to check that it works correctly end to end. Also, you should implement a tool that analyzes a large log file using worker threads. And also, I put some script for you next to assignment. Sorry. Data processing CLI scripts. This is Node.js script that generates a big file with logs. I'm pretty sure that after first assignment you will easily understand how it works. To be honest, I was not writing it myself. My AI friend have written it for me, so do not blame me for this code. It's not mine. I stole it as well. But I tested it, and it generates a log with a good level of randomness and precision. So you should analyze this large log file, and you should count how much messages with a certain level you have, how much of them are of certain status, which are top paths, and average response time. So you split. How do you utilize worker threads here? Similar to what you've done in first assignment, you split file into n chunks, where n is number of your CPU cores, and you need to ensure that chunks they start and end on line boundaries. So you should not break lines because logs will not be analyzed correctly. Then you send each chunk to worker thread for parsing, for partial aggregation. Worker threads are doing their magic, and they are sending data back. So test data generator. Here is instruction how to use log. And I provided for you example of project structure. It's not mandatory. It's you can have different structure, but this is a good example from my point of view. And yes, I recommend you to use readline to handle user input, use stream pipeline and specifically its premissified version to pipe streams. Do not pipe them manually because you need to handle errors at each pipe level separately. For CSV parsing, you should use transform stream. For opposite transformation, you need to transform JSON to buffer to parse it, but write it to CSV using stream. For log stats, remember about lines ends when you split into chunks, and so on. So they are just hints. They are not mandatory stuff. These are some key points for you. Maybe you have some questions to this assignment or about scoring. And while you're writing your questions, I must tell that we have documentation about cross-check process. So you give score. You are in the middle of your first cross-check. So it's important to tell that you should give score or deduct score only for stuff that is explicitly mentioned in scoring. If there is no such point in scoring, but you very like something or do not like something, it should not change your score. For example, you can see that you do not write like code style in which student have written code, and you decide to deduct 10 points for this. This is not correct. You do not check code style, best practices, and so on. We are only checking functional requirements here. So if some scored item is implemented according to the assignment, you are given a proper amount of score for this. The same with forfeits. Yeah, I forgot to mention, it's written here, but anyway, we are still working with JavaScript, and we are still working with pure Node.js. No any external libraries, tools, and so on, only pure Node.js. You must know how to work with it. Otherwise, there will be too much magic for you. Okay, I will check YouTube chat. There's no space, and you used quotes. Okay, good. So this is it. Was glad to see you here. Thank you for your activities and your solutions for review. If you send it earlier, your chances to be reviewed on the live stream will be higher if you are interested in it. Okay, so good luck with your next assignment. And just as always, you may ask questions in dedicated channels. Okay, see you soon in 1 week. Bye-bye.